Hi, everybody. Welcome to Swain County High School, the home of the Lady Devils, here on a cloudy Tuesday afternoon as our Lady Devils are getting ready to host the Bulldogs of Murphy High School here in conference play. And this should be a great game. Coming in, our Lady Devils starting off the season, a couple of tough ones with Rossman, home and away. Our first one at Rossman, we lost that one 10-4. Then we played here against Rossman, losing 13-zip. Murphy, meanwhile, coming in 1-0 as they have only played one game as they beat Franklin in a shutout 5-0. So going to be interesting to see how both teams will settle in and get ready to play in the first matchup of the season. It's always huge anytime Swain and Murphy play. We're expecting a visit, as a matter of fact, today. We've had a newly named head football coach here at Swain County High School. Coach Sherman Holt should be joining us here a little bit later on during the broadcast. So we've got a lot to talk about here as, again, our Lady Devils, a team that is very inexperienced. We have returning players playing in different positions, larger roles than they did last year. And both teams, I think, have a lot to prove here this afternoon as we're ready to get things underway with the very first batter stepping in wearing solid white here this afternoon is going to be Murphy. And playing Riley, a junior. And Julia, who is leading off here, a true freshman coming in, as she's going to be playing shortstop and pitching some. And that's going to be Ansley Hogsett. She's going to be wearing number 9. Our Lady Devils, 7 freshmen. We have 7 juniors and a couple of seniors. So, again, 2 teams with, I think, a lot of very bright days ahead. As, again, not a lot of seniors on either roster here. Pitch inside for a ball now. Again, to Ansley Hogsett, who in her first game at Franklin went 1 for 3, scored a run. And she's batting now with 1 out, nobody on. We're just underway, top of the first inning, live here on a Tuesday. There's a ground ball that's going to be a slow roller to third, on over to first in time. 2 down now as the Lady Devils get it done. Good play over there at third base by Candace Crisp, on over to first base for easy out number 2. Haley Woodard over at first base. So again, 2 down now. Riley Dockery coming up to bat now. Again, the sister of Julia Dockery, who hit just a moment ago, as Riley is going to be playing this afternoon. Looks like behind the plate. She's going to be catching here. Riley Dockery, a junior, went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and actually hit a home run in their 5-0 win against Franklin. So going to have to be very careful how we pitch to Riley Dockery with that home run power. Here in the top of the first inning with nobody on, 2 down. Oh, off speed, going to be missing for a ball. But our Lady Devils 0-2. Murphy coming in 1-0. As we mentioned, just getting the season underway. And I'm sure both coaches have a lot of optimism about what is ahead for their young and experienced teams. There's a long shot deep into left field. One hopper off the fence. As we mentioned, this girl hit a homer against Franklin. Throw coming in right over shortstop, but now with a stand-up double is going to be Riley Dockery. We were just talking about her power as she went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run against Franklin, and now she ripped a big double into the left field fence, hopping off the fence out there with all those Smoky Mountain Conference Championship banners lining up the left field fence. And, man, this is a program with so much tradition. Now we're going to have a pinch runner for Murphy as Dockery is going to come back into the dugout. And coming on to run is going to be Maddie. And Maddie is going to be Maddie Adams, a senior, down at second base now for Murphy with 2 out, 1 on. Runner in scoring position. And now the windup and the pitch. And it's going to be in there. Look good from here, but it's going to be inside for a ball. 1-0 the count now to Maddie. And again, with 2 out, our Lady Devils trying to keep this run right there where it's standing at second base. Pitch in, ground ball to shortstop. It's going to be a tough play at first, but we got it done. Good play at shortstop, on over to first base. Good catch over there as Maddie Spates fires it on over to Haley Woodard, and that leaves the runner stranded. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Our Lady Devils coming to bat after this timeout. Fans, welcome back. 0-0. Of course, our Lady Devils, our first at bat here as we're getting ready to go. Kirsten Smith is going to be leading off, and there's a hard ground ball, and it's going to be picked up by the shortstop on over to first base, and it's, oh, boy, that was close. That ball was almost trapped on the ground, but the umpire down at first base right on top of the plate called it an out, and I think the first baseman over there for Murphy, by the way, was able to get that ball out of the dirt. We're talking who haven't played a lot of softball in a starting role, but Hannah is, of course, our starting pitcher, a junior, making her third career start. And Hannah Schuler is scored a run, by the way, in her two games that she has played here in the early season. Again, it's hard to believe this is only the third game for our Lady Devils. Only the second game. There's a bunt back to the pitcher. Should be an easy play over to first, even though Hannah's a very quick runner. That's going to be out number 2 to get things rocking and rolling here in the first inning. So the good thing is we're seeing for both teams, they're getting the bat on the ball. So both teams, Murphy had a runner in scoring position at second base with a huge double. And our Lady Devils, who have really struggled in the first 2 games getting people on base and scoring, right now getting the bat on the ball in 2 consecutive plate appearances. Maddie Spates batting now. Pitch high for a ball. Pitching this afternoon for Murphy is going to be Jersey Schwam, a junior. Jersey in her first game pitched all 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, struck out 5, and walked 2 in that 5-0 win against the Franklin Panthers. Normally a very tough team to beat. Pitch outside for a ball. Going on next door is baseball, and they're just in the first inning. Kit Maxey manning the camera over here right behind us. Of course, we've got baseball over there. It's 0-0 in the first and 0-0 in the first here in our softball contest. And good luck to the teams in maroon. Of course, we're a little bit prejudiced. Nothing new there, but always a big rivalry no matter what we're playing. If it's Murphy, whether it's softball, baseball, football, basketball, you name it. It's always a big rivalry, has been for many, many, many years. Is now stepping out of the circle and coming back in. It's going to be, again, Jersey Schwam. Pitch in, good windup, good speed on that one, and it's going to be a call strike. Maddie Spates at the plate for the Lady Devils. In 2 games, Maddie, one of our better hitters actually, 2 for 6 in 2 games, hitting .333. So Maddie has had a couple of hits in those 2 early season games against Rosman, 1 at home, 1 away. There's a hard shot at first base. First baseman can't handle it. Now she gets it, picks it up, steps on the bag, and that's going to be out number 3. So we played 1 inning, and we'll be back at 0-0 here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. A quick first inning, neither team getting anything on the scores over here in softball. Here's the windup and the throw. Off-speed pitch, going to be in for a ball. But again, leading off here for the Murphy Bulldogs, Sanai Wilson. Sanai this afternoon playing center field for Murphy. She's the leadoff hitter here. Murphy had one on in the top of the first inning, couldn't get that runner in. With a big double in that first inning was Riley Dockery. Pitch missing again, ball in. Again, our pitcher this afternoon for the Lady Devils. Making her third career start in the circle, junior Hannah Schuler. Got a variety of pitches. We've seen some good heat and some good off-speed stuff. There's a swing and a miss, and that's going to be the second strikeout of the afternoon. So Sanai Wilson goes down swinging, one down. Batting now is going to be Reagan Peterson, the starting first baseman normally, and she's starting at first this afternoon, a sophomore who went 2 for 4 against Franklin in that first game for the Murphy Bulldogs. As they won that one 5-0. Their only game so far this season. As we mentioned, our Lady Devils coming in 0-2. There's a hard shot into deep left field. This one is going to be, again, wow, that one was over the fence, but just foul. Man, that was just inside that maroon foul pole over there. And, wow, what a shot off the bat of Reagan Peterson. She just nailed that pitch, and luckily for the Lady Devils, it was just foul by 2 or 3 feet. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. Nobody on, one down, top of the second inning here on our first Lady Devil softball broadcast of the year. We have, I think, including today, 7 home games left on the regular season schedule, and hopefully we're going to be able to broadcast all those and bring you all the action live. There's another hard shot into left field. This one's going to be fair, going to be hitting that grass. Throw coming in from left field. Getting it back in quickly. Doing a good job out there for the Lady Devils is going to be Faith Woodard. Getting her first start, by the way, in left field, a true freshman, now at first base. On with the second hit of the day is going to be Reagan Peterson. Batting now is going to be Taryn Morrow, a sophomore. Taryn, the starting right fielder for Murphy this afternoon. And again, their head coach, Billy Dockery, assisted by Eric Laney. There's a foul ball. But again, got lots of folks up here on the broadcast tower, if we can call it that, here at Swain County High School. We got Josh Gordon on the camera here. Of course, Joe Holt coordinating all the sound and camera action. And Kent Maxey right beside me filming baseball. That's going to be up at some point. Pitch in, going to be 2-0. 2-0 lead now. Murphy over our Devils in varsity baseball. And boy, looking over at their dugout, Murphy has a ton of guys on the team this year. Some of those may be JVs. Not sure how that is going to be played this afternoon. But looking at the softball situation, neither team, Swain or Murphy, has a lot of depth, if you will. So going to have to be careful, and hopefully not a lot of players get injured. Murphy has a total of 11 players. Our Lady Devils, I believe, have a total of 16 players. So, again, not a ton of depth for either team. The windup and the throw. Ground ball going to be just foul down the third base line. And again, Murphy in solid white, as Taryn Morrow is at the plate. Taryn at the plate, hitting with one down, one on deck is going to be Ruby Bame, a junior. Plays second base for Murphy. So again, Murphy trying to make some noise here offensively. The windup and the throw. As pitch in, it's going to be inside for a ball. No score in the Lady Devil softball game over next door. Murphy leading in the varsity baseball game 2-0 as they are looks like in the top of the first inning, and our Devils, our boys, will be batting in the bottom half of the inning, of course, as Both our softball and baseball teams are the home team, obviously. Wind up on the throw. Pitch high for a ball. Runner is going on. That's going to be ball 4. The runner was taken off anyway, but is going to be down safely at second base. So the first walk today for either team. As we mentioned, batting now is going to be Ruby Bame, a junior, the second baseman for Murphy. Ruby wearing number 2 on deck is going to be Charlie McDaniel, the designated player for the Murphy Bulldogs. Pitch in. Just missing for a ball, but the ball gets through. Runners advance. Got runners at second and third with now just 1 out. And again, we were talking about our catcher behind the plate. And this is a tough situation. Savannah Smith, our catcher, a senior, but has never caught before. And catcher is tough, even for veteran players who have played it for years. But and I'll say it again, I know pitching is tough on its own right, but catching may be the toughest position on the field. In fast pitch, there's a swing and a miss for a strike. Getting it done in the circle this afternoon, Hannah Schuler. So now runners at second and third, 1 down. Ruby Bame could be a hero here with a big shot that could knock in a couple of runs for Murphy. There's a ground ball. It's going to be just foul down the third base side. So we've had a couple of fouls down there, and that keeps our third baseman, Candace Crisp, a junior, on her toes down at third base. And there's a reason they call it the hot corner, and that's it. Always a busy position on the infield. There's a hard shot into left field. It's going to be inside, and it's going to be fair. Ball is going to be to the fence. 2 runs will score, and with a stand-up double is going to be Ruby Bame. So a big stand-up double for Ruby. 2 RBIs in her category to help her stats here on the year. And Murphy now with a 2-0 lead over our Lady Devils. So now runner at second. 2 runs across the plate on that big shot right down the left field line. There's a high pop-up. Could it be in play? Hustling over there, and the ball is going to be caught. Good play over there at third base. Tracking it down. And again, I believe that's going to be our shortstop, Maddie Spates, over there to make a very good play. Chasing that one down, and that's going to be out number 2. So Charlie with a pop-up over at third base. Charlie McDaniel with that pop-up. Batting now is going to be Aiden Smith. Pitch in. Ball is going to be getting away. Runner will advance on down to third. So again, our infield very busy right now. Now check that. This is going to be Julia Dockery. My bad, as their last player in the order, Aiden Smith, is not hitting. She is not hitting in the lineup. So we go to the top of the lineup. This is Julia Dockery, one of the daughters of head coach Billy Dockery. Pitch in for a ball. And Julie, first time up, struck out. As Hannah got her first strikeout of the game, she has struck out a couple of Murphy batters here already in the top of the second inning. 2-0 Murphy lead in softball, and believe it or not, a 2-0 Murphy lead in baseball. We got a special guest we're going to be putting on a headset here in just a minute. The windup and the throw from Hannah. Pitch in. That's going to be a ball. Just missing. Still with a runner down at third base. Murphy with a 2-0 lead. And a couple of outs here. Julia Dockery for Murphy. A true freshman against Franklin, went 4 for 4, 2 RBIs, a home run, and scored a couple. 0-0 Murphy lead. And let's bring our special guest here, and we're going to go to break, and then we'll come back, and we'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We have a special guest here. We're talking about our new Maroon Devil head football coach, Sherman Holt. And, Coach, I wanted to make you feel at home just briefly with this old Tuscola Mountaineer cat. Another great football program over there. Then you went to Appalachian State, who has a lot of black and gold, if you will. You played up there on a national championship team, and so you know what winning football is about. And I think in these counties like Haywood County, where Tuscola and Pisgah are, Swain County, Murphy High School that we're playing here today in softball, all these places love their football, don't they?
Yeah, and we've kind of talked about that a little bit. Expectations are high. That's always good. And it's good to have a tradition and people that really love football. So.
It really does. And this week has been a crazy week in sports news. We've had, the NCAA with the brackets. There's another ground ball to shortstop on over to first base. So we've got two quick outs here. We've had the NCAA brackets going on. We've heard about Tom Brady going back to the NFL and Freddie Freeman maybe leaving the Braves. But in Swain County, a much bigger story is the new head football coach, because here in Swain County, people are so into what's going on at Swain County High School, as I'm sure you're finding out today.
Yeah. After the announcement went out today, my phone's been pretty busy. Had a lot of texts, phone calls from a lot of friends and family and coaches and former players. So it's important to a lot of people. I've talked to several people here, gotten to meet a bunch of people today, and just excited about getting here and getting to work and, digging in and doing our job.
Oh, no doubt. And this is a special time of the year. I know as coaches, you work on a lot of things, especially, I guess, the strength and conditioning. That's kind of a priority this time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big part of our program. I actually got to sit down with our strength and conditioning coach today and talked a little bit about, our philosophies and where we want to go and kind of what we want to focus on from now until spring ball and then going into the summer. So it's probably the biggest part of your program that nobody ever gets to see. Definitely leads to wins or losses if you don't take care of business in the weight room. So.
Oh, no doubt. And talking about a weight room, of course, you probably had a chance to visit some of the facilities up on the hill, and Swain County is blessed with some really nice workout facilities up there in the Performance Center.
I got to go in it today and a couple weeks ago when I got to interview and toured the campus. And one thing here at Swain County, we're not lacking anything as far as facilities, equipment. We want to set our kids up to be successful, and I think the people that have come before me and the people that are here now, they've set up a great thing for our kids to not only train and have equipment and be able to do that, but train with the best equipment in a big space, and that is important to our kids.
It really is. You probably had a chance to meet with, of course, our athletic director, Neil Blankenship, who has meant so much to this athletic program, and people like Toby Burrell, who's coaching out there today, probably talked with him some, and some of our assistant coaches. So all this, everything gets done in time, but it's kind of a whirlwind right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Fast and Furious movies. Everything kind of gets thrown at you at once. You've got to, you're going through that checklist, what I want to do day one, week one, month one, so just trying to check those boxes as we get started here. And, it's good and it's exciting. It's a lot of work, but, that's why I'm here, and I'm just, thrilled to be here and thrilled to get to work and get around these kids and just start building relationships.
Just to bring up some special friends we have, of course, your brother John, got to know him as an assistant at Western Carolina University under Mark Spear, and Mark Spear is just one of the best guys I know, and of course you and your brother played up at Appalachian State, and that really brings a lot to know how to win, what it takes to win, of course, under Coach Jerry Moore and those great coaches that were up there, and that really kind of sets the foundation, doesn't it, when you come back to coach yourself?
Yeah, it kind of sets an example of this is kind of the outline. You can kind of tweak it the way you want, but it comes down to working hard, being committed, coming together as teammates, and being willing to sacrifice time and stuff to be committed to the process of building a championship program.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you've had plenty of experience as a player. Now, I know you were an outstanding player at Irwin High School, all Western North Carolina, then went on to play, as we mentioned, at Appalachian State. And being associated with Western Carolina, yeah, y'all whipped us pretty much on a regular basis up there. So we understand how good App State was during those days when you were there as a player. But some of the rivalries, I know being at Tuscola, you saw that Tuscola-Pisgah rivalry now as we see Murphy coming back to bat. But and now you're going to see some of these rivalries over here, like Swain, Murphy, that we're playing today in baseball and softball. Well, that's even, I think, hotter when it gets on the football field.
Yeah, that's
it's going to stay in play. So Murphy's got a base runner on. You may have some of your football guys over here playing baseball. So it's going to take a while to kind of get your feet on the ground, isn't it?
Yeah, I met with about 45 kids this morning in the school cafeteria and got to talk. Get to shake their hands and just get to see them and start figuring out, well, this kid looks like he might be able to do this and this, so just getting to know these kids is really important. And, that's why I wanted to be here, day one after they made the announcement. And, I was very fortunate to be able to do that and, thank everybody that allowed that to happen. And, just looking forward to getting here every day. And that's important to me.
Hey, no doubt about it. Good thing is, if you live over around the Haywood County area, the drive is really not too bad there. There's another bunt down the third base line. This play is going to be over at first, and it's going to be safe. The runner's going to head on down to third and will now hold at third as the throw comes into home. But the drive isn't too bad, but believe me, I lived in Haywood County for a few years and made the drive over, so it's not a bad drive, and it's a pretty drive. So it's you don't have to deal with as much I-40 or I-26 traffic.
Yeah, I told Coach Blankenship this morning, I said I should have brought my fishing pole because I've already picked out a couple fishing holes, for when I'm going home or something. I can maybe catch a few fish, but it's a beautiful drive, and it's not too far at all, and it's something that, eventually, you look maybe to move here and get a little closer, just to be able to get in the community and, be more visible. And, that's important to our kids to, see their coach, watch them, not only football, weight room, but come watch them play baseball. These girls, they'll find it important to see me watching them do their stuff too. So it's important to me just to be out, be in the community, start getting to know people, letting them put a face with a name, so the drive's not bad at all, and so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Hey, tell them, yeah, and I can tell John, I said, your face is prettier than John. So
I'll tell him that.
Tell him that, will you? But, of course, a lot of people, we have a lot of Western grads here who knew Coach Holt when he spent so many years at Western Carolina with, of course, our good buddy Mark Spear. And they had some really good seasons together. And I know you're aware of all that. But and you worked with some good people at Tuscola High School and what that is about at Tuscola High School. Now, coming into Swain, of course, you're the head guy, so I guess one of your first orders of business is trying to put together a staff, and we wish you good luck trying to get your assistants all lined up too.
Yeah, that's kind of the first real big job on the checklist is, meeting with coaches that have been here, trying to figure out where they're at and kind of what their plans are and figure out what needs we have, and that way we can keep them coaching and, get our kids going in the right direction, and, that turns into some wins.
Oh, no doubt about it. And, Coach, it's great to talk to you. I know you want to get out and see some of these kids play ball a little bit. We appreciate you coming by and talking with us. We go back a day or two as we spent some time over there with Coach Postel at Tuscola High School and the Ingalls Coaches Show that we used to do up at Ingalls on Russ Avenue. So it's good to see a familiar face coming in here, and we look forward to doing a lot more work with you on down the line as football season gets closer.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me, and looking forward to it.
Hey, Coach, again, Coach Sherman Holt, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here on the softball broadcast. And we look forward to a lot of good things coming up in the days and months and years ahead for Swain High Maroon Devil football. We're going to take a break as Coach Toby Burrell is going to come out and talk to his girls. So stay with us right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back on this Tuesday. Again, it was a real pleasure and joy to talk with our new head football coach, Sherman Holt, getting him on the air live here on the Maroon Devils softball broadcast. And just a good person that we got to know over at Tuscola, and we wish him the best. And our softball score 4-0 for the Lady Devils right now, with Murphy in at bat here on the top of the inning. And again, conference play is alive and kicking here on the Smoky Mountain Conference. Pitch in, there's a foul ball. It's going to be off the bat of Ruby Bain. Ruby last time up had a big double and a couple of RBIs, so she really ripped a big shot and scored or knocked in the first 2 runs of the ball game in this 4-0 contest here with Murphy on top. And again, we'll try to keep you alive and rolling. And again, we wanted to get some words in with Sherman Holt. There's a high pop-up. He caught over there. Good play over by the shortstop, who has made a couple of good plays today. We're talking about Maddie Spates over there, our junior shortstop, backpedaling and pulling that high pop-up in for the out. So Bain with a pop to shortstop. And now it's going to bring up, I believe, Charlie McDaniel for the Murphy Bulldogs. Charlie wearing number 55, popped out to shortstop herself last time. So we'll see if she can do that again and end this inning and keep now 2 runners left on base. Down at first base is going to be Taryn Morrow. And down at second base, the lead runner for Murphy right now is Reagan Peterson down at second base. So 2 runners on. 4-0 Murphy lead, top of the third. Of course, we're going 7. The windup and the throw. There's a ground ball to third base, on over to first base, and that's going to be in time, and that's going to be out number 3. So Murphy leaves a couple stranded here on the top of the third, but right now it's a 4-0 Murphy lead. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of this third inning, and a long foul ball over here on the right field first base side by our leadoff hitter. We're talking about Haley Woodard, one of the two Woodard players on this team, Haley and Faith Woodard. We got a lot of names we can talk about. We'll get into that in just a little bit. Right now, we're trying to keep you kind of updated. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. It's a 4-0 Murphy lead, bottom of the third inning. We missed a few details there during our interview with Coach Sherman Holt, but we wanted to talk with him and Coach Holt's good people and get him accustomed to this crowd. We're talking about myself, Kent Maxey, Joe Holt, and Josh Gordon, some of the crew here that hopefully will be working with him on down the line as we get into football season. Pitch is going to be in for a strike right now as again, we're getting a little breeze, and the temperature is not exactly nice and cozy out here this afternoon as we're in the bottom of the third inning. So that breeze can make things a little bit chilly as we see some folks out in the stands actually with blankets and quilts out. So there's another foul ball. Hanging in there again, as we mentioned, Haley Woodard hitting here for our Lady Devils here. Haley trying to get it done and get us off on the right foot here on the bottom of the third inning. This game scheduled for 7. As you know, there is the 10-run mercy rule. After 5, if one team leads by 10, the windup and the throw. Pitch in for a ball. But it's been an exciting, I think, an exciting time here at Swain County High School. I know talking to Coach Toby Burrell and Coach Jeff Marr earlier, and Joe Holt and Kent Maxey, an exciting Smoky Mountain Conference basketball tournament hosted here at Swain County High School. A lot of people able to watch and enjoy that here on the Maroon Devils Network, and I know that was a real plus, and people loving to have that ability to watch the games that otherwise they might not be able to attend, and so glad to hear that. Just a brief pause in the action here while the Murphy pitcher and catcher kind of get on the same page with what they're doing defensively. In the circle is Jersey Swain, and so that's going to be a ball 4. First walk here, I believe, for the Lady Devils. So getting on base here. Hey, our girls getting it done here. So after 2 strikes, Haley Woodard hanging in there and drawing a walk. So we got a base runner here with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. So let's see if our Lady Devils can strike and get some runs here as, again, Haley is down at first base. And batting now is going to be Tori Johnson, our right fielder, a junior on this Lady Devil softball team. Pitch in for a strike. That's going to be in for a good, solid base hit off the bat of Tori Johnson. Good base hit for Tori. So now our Lady Devils with runners at first and second, nobody out. 4-0 here in the softball game. Murphy in the lead. 3-1 next door in the baseball game. In the bottom of the third as well. Wind up and the throw. Pitch in. Low for a ball. Murphy on the defense. We'll talk more about their defense here as, again, Jersey Swain, the pitcher. Behind the plate for Murphy is going to be Riley Dockery. Down at first base for the Bulldogs is going to be Reagan Peterson. Down at second base is Ruby Bame. Over at shortstop is going to be Julie Dockery. And down at third base for the Bulldogs here this afternoon is, looks like, if I can get my lineup straight here, looks like it's going to be Sonia. I'm sorry, Sanai. I always get that name wrong. Sanai Wilson over at third. Swing and a miss for a strike. Our Lady Devils again, runners at first and second. Runners at first and second. Again, the pitcher here this afternoon has kind of been taking her time a little bit, talking about Jersey Swain stepping out of the circle. There's a high pop foul, going to be out of play. over here near the baseball dugout. The third baseman for Murphy, by the way, is Aiden Smith. She plays defense but does not hit over there. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. So again, our Lady Devils with a good situation here with 2 runners on. And still nobody out. See if we can get some runs on the scoreboard and this 4-0 Murphy lead here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. The windup and the throw from Schwam. And there's another foul ball. It's going to be out of play. And everybody at the baseball field ducks because the 2 fields are so close together. By the way, the shortstop for Murphy is Julia Dockery over there wearing number 10. In the outfield this afternoon, it's going to be Taryn Morrow, and right field, there's another foul ball. Over in center field for Murphy is going to be Sanai Wilson. And in left field is going to be Ansley Hogsett. That's the Murphy Bulldog defense lining them up here this afternoon. Our Lady Devils hanging in there. Kaylee Parker fouling off some pitches. Hanging in there, refusing to go down. There's another ball fouled off. So she is getting her cuts in. Runners at first and second. And a few foul balls off the bat here of Kaylee Parker. But again, trying to get her pitch, trying to get the bat on the ball. And a base hit here could potentially drive in a run. Get us on the scoreboard. Here's the windup and the throw. Another foul ball. Next door, 3-1 Murphy in the lead as the baseball game is now in the top of the 4th inning. Murphy with nobody on and no out. Top of the 4th there. We're in the bottom of the 3rd here, which is interesting. Most of the time it's softball ahead, as softball is such a fast-moving game. But right now in the baseball game, they're ahead. They're in the top of the 4th. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, and softball pitch outside for a ball, and there's ball 4. So again, Kaylee Parker just hung in there and kept fouling off pitches, and she draws a walk. And now the Lady Devils really with ducks on the pond, as they like to say, with nobody out and the bases loaded. Haley Woodard led off with a walk. Tori Johnson got a base hit. Kaylee Parker now with a walk, and Kirsten Smith is at the plate for the Lady Devils here with nobody out and the bases full and a 4-0 Murphy lead. So Kirsten at the plate here for the Lady Devils. Kirsten, one of the juniors on this team, 7 juniors on the squad. There's a pitch outside, just missing. Again, cloudy skies, rain coming in later tonight or tomorrow morning if you believe the weather forecasters. So obviously tomorrow, probably not a good day for baseball or softball. Looks like rain most of the day if the forecasters are correct. But we're able to play today. There's a ground ball foul on the first base side. Everybody's going to have to go back. But, boy, coming hard from third base. I tell you. Getting ready to get a run on the scoreboard was Haley Woodard. She was almost to home plate by the time that ball went foul. Of course, over there, Toby Burrell, our head coach of so many great teams here at Swain County High School, over there trying to help her get in. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. Our Lady Devils this year, of course, coached by Toby Burrell. He's assisted by Ashley Hyatt and Taylor Day. Those are his assistants. A new assistant staff here with Coach Burrell. There's a shot into center field. That's going to be at least a single. And 2 runs are going to score. Got a runner going to third and a runner to second. And the Lady Devils have 2 on the scoreboard to tie it up here in the bottom of the third inning. A big shot into center field by Kirsten Smith. And we're going to call that a double. It was a definite single. The center fielder bobbled it just momentarily, just long enough to turn a single into a double. And there's a timeout on the field as Murphy coach Dockery wants to talk it over. Stay with us. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, after a quick timeout, again, Murphy head coach Billy Dockery wanted to talk to his team, I guess, a little bit just to kind of settle them down. And right now, 2 runs in for the Lady Devils with the tying runs at second and third. And pitch in for a strike as Schwalm gets that one across the plate. And at the plate, talking about batting, is going to be our pitcher, Hannah Schuler. Hannah Schuler coming into the ball game, again scored a run in our first 2 games, in those 2 games against Rosman, making her 3rd career start for the Lady Devils here this afternoon in the pitching circle. 4-2 over in the baseball game. It's a still 3-1 ball game. Pop-up. There should be an easy out down at first base, and it is. So that's going to be an out as the runners will stay where they are. So Hannah with a pop over to first base. Batting now is going to be Maddie Spates, our starting shortstop, who's had a couple of good catches today. She played second base last year. The junior, now the shortstop, grounded out to first base her first time up. But as we mentioned, Maddie, very capable, had 2 for 6, hitting .333 in the first 2 games. There's a shot between shortstop and third. That's going to be at least a base hit. Runner is going to be flagged in from second, and we have tied this one up. And down at second base with 2 RBIs and a stand-up double is going to be Maddie Spates. How about that? 2 RBIs to tie this one up. Outstanding. So now we've got a tie ball game again here on the bottom of the third inning. Our Lady Devils with 4. And it looks like Murphy is going to bring in their shortstop. Coming on to pitch now is going to be Julia Dockery, one of the daughters of head coach Billy Dockery here. And so Jersey Schwalm, who had started, is going to be moving out of the circle. As coming in again is Julia Dockery, a freshman. Fans, stay tuned while she warms up. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as we have a pitching change. Savannah Smith going to be batting for the Lady Devils, and coming on to throw with a first pitch ball high is going to be Julia Dockery. Again, the starting shortstop here this afternoon for the Murphy Bulldogs. And moving into her spot over at shortstop was the previous pitcher, again, the junior, Jersey Schwalm. And in her first game, though, Jersey there's a high ball, way, way high, and that's going to easily bring Maddie Spates on over from second to third. But in her first outing, by the way, Schwalm pitched all 7 innings against Franklin, only giving up 4 total hits, struck out 5, and walked 2. So her first game was an outstanding effort in that 5-0 win over Franklin. But not quite the case here in this inning, as again, there have been 4 runs across the plate for the Lady Devils and still a runner on base. And now coming in, and I'm not sure Julia Dockery, and again, this is just speculation, got enough warm-up pitches, because right now she's pitching it really high. But She steps back onto the rubber, and now with a 3-0 count, winds up, and this one is going to be in there. She settled down and brought that pitch in for a strike on the verge of a walk. Again, Maddie Spates over at third base with a 4-4 tie. Over in baseball, 3-1, and that's after 4 complete innings, as Murphy will be batting in the top of the 5th inning over in the baseball game. There's a ground ball down to second base, and it's bobbled over to first in time for the out, but the run scores from third. So our Lady Devils will take the lead now as Maddie scores from third base on a ground ball over there by Savannah Smith. So Savannah with a grounder to second, but an RBI. Got the bat on the ball, putting it in play. The runner scores, and now Faith Woodard is going to be batting again. Faith getting her first start today over in left field. A freshman. There's a ball high again off the right arm of Julia Dockery. Murphy and Swain. Hey, the rivalry is still very much alive, and is it as intense as it's been? There's a ball high. I'm not sure because, wow, we have had some intense softball and baseball games here with Murphy over the years, especially in softball. Wow. We have had some dandies and some huge crowds here in the past that have turned out for some of those really conference championship games, the games that decided the conference titles back in the day. And those were just exciting. I know Joe Holt can verify what I'm talking about when we had some of those huge rivalry games with Murphy that literally decided conference titles and who was going to be going to Walnut Creek back in the day to play in the softball playoffs. Those were just a ton of fun. But hey, today, right now the Lady Devils with a 5-4 lead. Pitch in, high for a ball again. Again, there's a walk as Dockery gives up the walk. And now we have another base runner on as Faith Woodard is down at first base. So Faith getting on here. And I believe we have 2 out. I believe at last check. So we got 2 out, 1 on. Candace Crisp is hitting now for the Lady Devils. Foul ball. And, oh, boy, this one right behind the catcher, but she couldn't see it. So it's going to be good luck for Candace as no play is made on that foul ball. Behind the plate this afternoon is going to be Riley Dockery, one of 2 daughters for head coach Billy Dockery, and his assistant Eric Laney over there on the dugout for Murphy. Wind up and the throw. Pitch in, ball. And running on down to second base. Good work down there for Faith Woodard. And I just realized it, but now Julia Dockery, the pitcher, is pitching to her sister, Riley Dockery, behind the plate. So this is, I'm not sure I've ever seen this, and now they go out to talk a little bit just as I mentioned that. So again, sisters are pitching to each other. Julia the pitcher, Riley the catcher. This might be a first in Smoky Mountain Conference softball, a sister pitching and her sister behind the plate. Pitch in for a ball. Batting now again, Candace Crisp, our junior third baseman, who has played a good ball game today over there defensively. Again, it was good to talk to our new head football coach, Sherman Holt, earlier today. There's a foul ball, matter of fact, going right over toward him. He's over there behind the baseball fence watching some of his future Maroon Devil football players on the baseball diamond. As Murphy hits a ground ball down to third, they get the lead runner, or down at second base. In that 3-1 Murphy lead, they're in the top of the 5th inning in baseball. Wind up on the throw here in the dirt for a ball. As Julia Dockery struggling just a little bit right now to get the ball across the plate. Our Lady Devils, a big bottom of the third, 5 runs to take the lead. Ground ball in play over to third base. Slow roller over to first base in time, though, as we leave one stranded and we go to the top of the 4th inning. Our Lady Devils now in the lead, 5-4. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network. It's good to have you along with us on this Tuesday as we have a great softball game going on. Murphy getting ready to bat here as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Our Maroon Devils got the lead for the first time in the bottom of the third with a 5-run bottom of the third inning. Murphy got 2 runs in the top of the second, 2 in the top of the third, and they're batting now in the top of the fourth inning down by 1. And in that pitching circle this afternoon, doing a good job is Hannah Schuler, wearing number 3, our junior pitcher, making her 3rd career start. And she's now pitching against the pitcher for Murphy, talking about Julia Dockery, a freshman who came on in relief for Murphy in that inning. This pitch in the dirt for a ball. So we got pitcher pitching to a pitcher here in the, again, top of the fourth inning. It's a typical Swain Murphy 5-4, 1-run ball game. We'll be going to their place, as a matter of fact, this Friday, weather permitting. There's a foul ball. The rest of the week, I'm not sure you know how the extended forecasts are. It looks like rain on Wednesday coming up tomorrow, but Thursday and Friday look decent. We hope the teams can play. Our girls and boys will be going over to Murphy this Friday. That is March 18, a road game at Murphy. So we hope you can go over there and back up our Maroon Devils. There's a hard shot to shortstop. Picked up, fired to first. Outstanding play. What a good play by Maddie Spates. Man, she just knocked that ball down, fielded it cleanly, and threw a rocket over to Haley Woodard at first base. That's good play on defense. So Julia Dockery, now in 3 times, has struck out, walked, and grounded to shortstop. Batting now is going to be Ansley Hogshead, who has grounded to third base and flied to center field in 2 times. Ansley, the starting left fielder for the Murphy Bulldogs, and head coach again, Billy Dockery. Talking to Coach Dockery before the game, it's always good to talk to the coaches and get to know some of these folks. And he said, yeah, I said, and how's it going? He said, well, I didn't know I was going to be coaching until about a month ago. So he I'm sure got talked into the job because he has 2 daughters playing, Riley and Julia. And that happens a lot, especially in some of the minor sports as it, some of the parents who are involved get the coaching call. Riley Dockery, speaking of coach, his other daughter is batting now. As again, getting on just a moment ago, by the way, was Ansley Hogshead, who I believe was hit by a pitch. So she is on first base now. So we had Julia Dockery, one of the Dockery sisters, ground to short. Ansley got hit by a pitch, and now Riley Dockery hitting. And Riley got a big double her first time up that really got to Murphy kind of started offensively. Pitch in for a strike. Again, got some fans out here watching baseball and softball, and a lot of them have coats and blankets wrapped around them. It's a chilly afternoon. Pitch high for a ball. 1 down. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Again, our Lady Devils, after trailing after a scoreless first inning, Murphy got a 2-0 lead after 2 innings. Then they got 2 more in the top of the third, but our Lady Devils came back and answered with 5 in the bottom of the inning. In the third to take a 5-4 lead. There's a foul ball up near the greenhouse over on the third base side. Over in baseball, still 3-1 Murphy, and our Maroon Devils are now batting in the bottom of the inning with nobody out. So 2 good ball games going on here this afternoon at home. And remember, both these teams will be at Murphy this Friday. There's a hard shot. This one is going to be off the fence in deep center field. Runner rounding second, heading for third, and will come into third base safely off a rocket off the bat of Riley Dockery. She has hit 2 balls really hard to deep center field. That might be one of the longest singles I've ever seen. That ball hit right at the 193 marker in straightaway center field. It hit the fence in the air. If that ball had had 5 more feet, it would have been out of here for a home run. So Riley Dockery hit a double in that area her first time up, and she hits one off the fence. Again, a long single. Good play out there in center field, though, to get the ball back in quickly defensively for Kirsten Smith out there. Wind up and the throw now. Ball in the dirt. Runner is going to be coming from third and is going to be in safely. Runner advances to second, and we've got a tie ball game. So that one may be classified, I'm afraid, as a wild pitch. Normally when they're in the dirt, that's the case. So now we've got a tie game, 5-5. All right, defense just has to settle down now and focus on the batter at the plate is the key. Hannah back on the pitching rubber and ground ball now, but down to third base, on over to first base. Throw a little high off the glove of our first baseman. Another run is going to be scoring from second, and now down at second on that error is going to be the Murphy batter. So again, that was Jersey Schwam getting on with, I'm afraid, an error that is going to score the run and give Murphy a 6-5 lead now. Still a runner at second and still one out. So Schwam down at second base now. Here comes the windup and the throw. There's a bunt attempt. That's going to be foul. Nobody advances. At the plate now for Murphy is going to be Sanai Wilson. And I have to be careful how I say that because she spells her first name S-A-N-A-I. It's Sanai Wilson. And I always try to get the names correct. Sanai is a sophomore. There's a ground ball just fouled on the third base side. In the season opener, Sanai for Murphy went 2 for 3 with a big double. And that 5-0 win over Franklin. Murphy coming in 1-0. That's their only game. Our Lady Devils, of course, home and away with Rosman, losing both those. But again, looking for win number 1 today. Murphy right now with a 1-run lead at 6-5. And the windup and the throw just missing for a ball. Over in baseball, still 3-1, as now that game is going into the 6th inning. And again, it's surprising that game is moving faster in baseball than our girls game. We're in the 4th inning in softball. The top of the 4th at that. Ground ball is going to be just foul down the third base side. But of course, we've had a few more runs, 11 total runs here in our softball game, only 4 total runs over in the baseball game. So, explains kind of the difference in how the games are progressing. And again, glad to have you listening in. Joe Holt, Kent Maxey, and our man Josh Gordon over on the camera. Always great to see all these guys, and of course our coaches, Coach Toby Burrell, that we've worked with for so many years, broadcasting softball from many, many years ago. As we mentioned, so many great trips down to Walnut Creek, and I wish we still did that in the girls' state softball playoffs, but now they don't do that anymore. Such a great facility. Ground ball foul again. It was so neat down there when we went to Walnut Creek, as I'm sure Joe remembers, going back to the days of our late great friend Steve Claxton, and that was when they had all the classifications come to Walnut Creek down near Raleigh, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. All those finalists came into one softball field because they had a great facility where they had 4 fields, 4 games going on at one time. Pitch high for a ball. And it was just an amazing, fun place to go play. And a great facility. And we had so many great games down there. Full count now with 1 out. Runner at second for Murphy. Again, Hannah steps back onto the rubber and winds up with the throw coming in. There's a shot foul off the field, off the fence over there rather, on the third base side. Almost hit the banner showing Savannah Smith and Julie Smith. A couple of our Maroon Devil banners over there. Again, we have actually 3 Smiths on this year's team. We were talking about names a moment ago. There's a foul ball again. We've got Julie Smith, Kirsten Smith, Savannah Smith. Okay, we got 3 Smiths. We have 2 Woodards, Haley Woodard, Faith Woodard. We've got 2 Savannahs, Savannah Loftus, Savannah Smith. So, again, it's the name game going on with this Lady Devil softball team. So, anyway, oh, boy. But Murphy has a little bit of that with the Dockery sisters over there. They also have a Smith, actually, with Aiden Smith. Pitch high for a ball. And the runner is going to be advancing on down to third. So she took off with a stolen base, and that's going to be, looks like ball number 4. So now on with a walk is going to be Sanai Wilson, the center fielder for Murphy. Now batting is going to be Reagan Peterson, who got on with a base hit her first time up. So Reagan very capable with the bat. Reagan went 2 for 4 against Franklin also, so a pretty good hitter. Pitch in for a strike. Runner from first heads on down to an open second base. Now Murphy with 1 down. Runners in scoring position with a 6-5 lead. They've scored 2 in the second, third, and fourth innings. Our Lady Devils all 5 runs in the bottom of the third. Over in baseball, Murphy back on the field as our Maroon Devils are coming to bat. There's a foul ball. That's going to be, no, it's going to be fair. It does drop in for a base hit. Runner rounding third, coming on in to score. So Murphy now with 2 more runs in here in the fourth on that high, impossible play, dropping in front of our left fielder over there, Faith Woodard. One of those balls that nobody can really get to, but it's on for actually a double for Murphy, and 2 runs in as they have an 8-5 lead now with a runner down at second base. At the plate now for the Bulldogs is going to be Taryn Morrow. The windup and the throw. There's a ground ball right up the middle. Could be a tough play. Maddie has it at shortstop, on over to first, and that is a good play. She really had to hustle, had to charge the ball, got it over to first in time for the out, and the runner advances on over to third base on that ground ball. But again, a great play by Maddie. Reagan Peterson now at third base with 2 out. So, again, good play by Maddie at shortstop to get that out. Batting now is going to be Ruby Bame. Ruby has had a good day at the plate. She had a big double with 2 RBIs her first time up. Pitch in, and that's going to be in for a ball. 8-5 Murphy now. We're in the top of the fourth inning. A lot of softball. A lot of runs here. 13 combined runs here in the softball game. Over in baseball, it's still 3-1, but Murphy threatening now with the Maroon Devils threatening with a runner on. There's a hard shot into deep right center. 1 run is in. Ball to the fence, and with a stand-up double is going to be Murphy. And on at second base is going to be Ruby Bame, and that is her second big double of the day and her 3rd RBI. So Murphy now with a 9-5 lead with 5 runs here in the fourth inning. So both teams have really cranked up the bats here. Our Lady Devils got 5 in the third. Now Murphy answering with 5 in the fourth. There's a pop. That's going to be no play over on the third base side. And again, these yellow numbers on the white jerseys of Murphy, kind of hard to read from a distance, but batting now is going to be Charlie McDaniel. Especially when you're old and kind of blind like I am. But thank goodness for binoculars. And we've seen that in football some where teams will wear white jerseys with yellow numbers or white jerseys with light blue numbers. And, man, when you're at a distance, it is tough to see those numbers. So You understand our dilemma here. Murphy with a runner at second base, 2 out. 9-5 lead, ground ball foul down the third base side with the play over there. Head coach Billy Dockery with a little ground ball scoop at third base. So now let's see if we can get one more out. Strand the Murphy runner at second. And come into bat. It's a 9-5 Murphy lead. The windup and the throw. Going to be high for a ball. But the batters have been getting the bat on the ball here this afternoon in this softball contest, again with a combined 14 runs. Not the case over in baseball with only 4 runs total. There's a high pop foul out of play on the left field side up near the greenhouse. So coming back is going to be Reagan Peterson, the sophomore first baseman. 2 of 4 again, as we mentioned, against Franklin on the day today. Had a base hit her first time. A base hit now would score another Murphy run, more than likely, with a runner down at second. Ruby Boehm at second base. Pitch high for a ball to Charlie McDaniel, junior. Charlie's playing the designated player today. So she is hitting and not playing defense this afternoon, which you're allowed to do in softball, obviously. Pitch in for a ball. Full count now, 3-2 with 2 out. Payoff pitch on the way with a runner at second. Again, Charlie McDaniel batting for the Murphy Bulldogs. Here's the windup on the throw. Payoff 3-2. It's going to be a foul, and it's going to be, just off the fence over here on first base. No play, of course. So it's now a 3-2 ball game over on the baseball game as our Devils have just scored in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wow, that game is going to be over before the softball game. As both games, of course, scheduled for 7. So, man, oh, man. Looks like in the baseball game, there's going to be a change of pitchers, so they've got to delay. A 3-2 Murphy lead in the 6th. There's a hard shot into deep left field. It's going to be off the fence. Murphy will have 1 run score, and standing up at second base is going to be Charlie McDaniel. As again, a big double off the left field fence over there, just off that Smoky Mountain Conference Championship banner from 2006, I believe. So Murphy with a run in and a 10-5 lead, a 6-run 4th. For Murphy, they have been pounding the ball here. And now Murphy goes back to the top of the lineup. Julia Dockery is going to be batting now, who has come on in relief to pitch for Murphy. Pitch in, ball low. And again, down at second base now is going to be the DP, the designated player, Charlie McDaniel, at second base with 2 out. 10-5 Murphy lead. And again, a pitching change over in the baseball game. It'd be nice. I'm just speculating here, guys, and you probably think I'm nuts, but it'd be nice if, like on ESPN or some of the major networks, we had a split screen and we could bring you both games. But I'm sure that would cost a lot of money to have the equipment to be able to do that. Here's a ground ball down to third base with 2 out. Throw on over to first. Going to be in time. So when we finally get him out here in this inning, but not before Murphy puts 6 runs on the board, and we go to the top of the 4th with Murphy in the lead. 10-5. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as we are now in the bottom of the fourth inning. Basically, we're halfway gone, so to speak, in this scheduled 7-inning contest. And right now it's 10-5. Murphy in the lead over our Lady Devils. Over in baseball nearby, a little good news. There's a shot into right field. Going to be caught for out number one. Well hit ball off the bat of our Lady Devils as a hard shot into right field off the bat of Haley Woodard. So, but that one is going to be caught for out number one. So, again, Haley, one of our juniors on this team. We have 7, I believe, 7th. But again, in softball right now, it's a 10-5. Murphy lead. Dockery with the windup pitch in the dirt. Got nobody on here with 1 down. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, that baseball game, unless things really get tied up and they go extra innings, the baseball game is going to be finished before our softball game, so we can bring you the at least the final score of how that one goes. Pitch high for a ball. Of course, we got folks watching up in the parking lots of both games. And we've got a lot of coats and blankets out here on this afternoon. It's kind of an unusual situation here, but now the windup and the throw from Dockery. Pitch in for a ball. Nope, going to call that one a strike. So now the baseball game goes to the top of the 7th inning. Our Maroon Devils with a 4-3 lead. 3 outs away from a win. And there is a ball for and on first base. Our Lady Devils getting runners on. Tori Johnson doing a good job. Got a base hitter first time up, now with a base on balls. And pitch in. Can our Lady Devils come right back and answer? Batting now is going to be Kaylee Parker. Got on with a base on balls her last time. We might have missed a couple of batters here and there. We were talking with our new head football coach, Sherman Holt, and just a good guy. And he said, yeah, we've kind of got a history. And back in the day, I used to do a football coaches show with Coach Postel, the head coach at Tuscola High School. We did it over at Ingalls on Russ Avenue in Waynesville. And Coach Holt was one of our guests on one of those coaches' shows, and we got to know him and some of the Tuscola players and just good people. And Coach Postel is, too, one of my favorite guys. Of course, I had to share some information going back in the day. Coach Postel currently still coaching at high school. There's a ball that is going to be caught at first base for an easy out. But the current Coach Postel, who was at Tuscola just a year or two ago, his dad was a legendary head coach at Andrews and Murphy High Schools back in the day, and an outstanding athlete as well. So that Postel name was big back in the 60s and 70s in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Ball getting by and hustling on down to second base again is going to be Tori Johnson. So our Lady Devils trying to answer here. 2 outs now. Again, our Lady Devils trying to get it done here at the plate. The windup and the throw, and it's going to be a foul ball, and it's going to be out of play. So good hustle down to first base, but coming back in is going to be Kirsten Smith. Kirsten had a big double earlier as our Lady Devils scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning. Can we answer back? It's a 10-5 Murphy lead. Murphy answered with 6 runs here in the top half of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Fans, welcome back. We're going to give you some network kind of quality stuff here in the top of the 7th inning. Maroon Devil boys baseball team with a 4-3 lead over Murphy. Murphy with a runner at first base now with 1 out. And so again, our boys only 2 outs away from putting the win in the books. But again, we got to get those 2 outs as Murphy has the tying run on first and the winning run, or the go-ahead run, if you will, at the plate. In baseball, of course, if Murphy comes back to tie, we still have a time at bat coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. But with every pitch, you can hear some of the noise going on over in the baseball game that you're now watching here live on the Maroon Devils Network, thanks to some great technical work here by Joe Holt, Kent Maxey. We're watching the baseball game live while there's a high fly ball that could be out of here, and it's going to be right against the fence on the warning track. A long throw into second base, but that ball was literally against the fence, caught out there by the Maroon Devil left fielder. That is Cameron Blankenship. So didn't recognize Cam in that baseball outfit. We've got to see him in football and basketball, but wow, what a catch. Literally against the fence by Cam. And that was, man, that was a huge play. That was just a few feet from going out of here. And now 2 out. So the Maroon Devil boys baseball team 1 out away from a 4-3 win here on the top of the 7th inning. Murphy, runner on first. Again, 2 down. We have a delay on the softball game as our Lady Devils have changed pitchers. Coming on is going to be Candace Crisp in just a moment. And we'll try to keep you posted on both situations here in baseball and softball, as Murphy will have their number 2, 3, 4 batters hitting here in the top of the 5th inning. So now we're back to softball, and we'll keep you posted on the baseball. Here's the windup and the throw, and there's a hit batter. As Candace Crisp, first pitch, unfortunately, is going to let Ansley Hogshead. And Ansley has been hit by a pitch twice today. And here's a high pop-up in the baseball game. That could be it. That is it, and that is the ball game, as our Maroon Devils have won 4-3 over the Murphy Bulldogs. I don't know if they're going to play 2, as looks like both teams are coming back to the dugout. We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see if they come out and shake hands or if they're going to maybe get ready and play another one here. I don't know. I don't think they would, because we're going to Murphy on Friday in a road game. And now they're going to line up, and now everybody's going to come out and shake hands as we get back to the softball game. Here's a outstanding job. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be high for a ball. Again, our Lady Devils, Candace Crisp, and fans, welcome back. Got a bunt attempt, a slap hit down to first base, and winding up safe now with the bases loaded. Murphy all of a sudden again on the verge of putting some runs on the board with a single in the infield on that slap hit over there by Jersey Schwam. The starting pitcher this afternoon is now down at first base. So now Murphy with the bases loaded, nobody out. There's another bunt back to the pitcher. They're going to go to home plate. They do get the third base runner. That's the play. So good play by the Lady Devils defensively on that bunt to get the lead runner coming in and did not score from third base. So good job. Good bunt by Sinai Wilson. But unfortunately for her, it kind of died right in front of home plate. And coming on a good play defensively by Candace Crisp. And she flipped it on over to the catcher right behind home plate. And good play back there by Savannah Smith. So again, we got that lead runner. That's the important runner now. The base is still loaded with 1 out. Now batting for the Murphy Bulldogs is going to be Reagan Peterson. Reagan got on with the base hit her first time up. Reagan with a pretty good bat, 2 of 4 in the Franklin 5-0 win for Murphy. There's a ground ball foul down the third base side, just outside head coach Billy Dockery over there in the coach's box. But again, very quick baseball game here. 4-3 Maroon Devil win over the Murphy Bulldogs in baseball this afternoon. And don't forget, our baseball and softball teams both heading to Murphy, weather permitting, on Friday. There's a shot that's going to be foul out of play on the left field hillside. So no play over there off the bat again of Reagan Peterson, who is a solid hitter. So the baseball game in the bag, now the softball game. We're just underway on the top of the fifth inning. Wind up on the throw. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be out number 2. So a big out for pitcher Candace Crisp with that strikeout. So a big out indeed, again with the bases loaded. Coming on now for Murphy is going to be Taryn Morrow. Taryn on the day has got on with a walk and grounded to the shortstop. Pitch is going to be high for a ball. Again, bases are loaded. Taryn, the starting right fielder for Murphy. 10-5. Murphy in the lead. They jumped on us for 6 runs in the top of the 4th inning after we came back to take the lead 5-4. There's a ground ball to third. Can't get a handle on it. Run will score. Another run rounding third. Throw into third base. Everybody else stays, but Murphy gets 2 runs on the board on that hard shot. It almost looked like it almost hit the base over at third base. But it's going to be fair, and it's going to score 2 runs. So 2 big RBIs off the bat of Taryn Morrow. So now the Murphy Bulldogs with a 12-5 lead, 2 runners on and 2 out. And, hey, Kent Maxey's done for the day. He's got us baseball film ready to go. So say goodbye to our friend Kent Maxey as he heads out. And baseball with a 4-3 win over Murphy. Softball still very much in play. Pitch inside for a ball. This one is a long way from being over. We've seen the lead go back and forth, so we know, hey, any inning can just erupt. Murphy has scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and now 2 in the fifth. There's a ground ball foul. Our Lady Devils, of course, all 5 of our runs coming in the bottom of the third for this 12-5 score. But again, what I was going to talk about a moment ago, it's so odd in this layout. Most of the fans are not down here behind home plate in the stands. There's a ground ball. It's going to be in for a base hit just between first and second. 1 run is going to be rounding third. Throw coming into first base, so Murphy will score a run on that base hit off the bat of Ruby. So Ruby Bame coming up with a big RBI. She has 2 on the day. She had a double with an RBI last time up. Now it's going to be Charlie McDaniel batting for Murphy. Runners on the corners at first and third. And, you know, as we mentioned, the runner is going to be Ruby Bame, is going to take off for second, probably on the first pitch here. And there she goes with second base empty. And the batter ball got through. And let's say, I think they're going to say the batter was hit by a pitch. Yeah. So the runner scored from third. She thought it was a wild pitch. But actually the batter was hit. So now the bases are loaded. So everybody stays. But unfortunately, the bases are loaded now for Murphy. And batting now is going to be top of the lineup. And Julia Dockery, who has had a base on balls, a grounder to shortstop, and struck out in 3 times. The leadoff batter for the Bulldogs with the bases loaded. Pitch in for a strike. Bases loaded, 13-5. Murphy lead now with the top of the 5th inning. And again, Lady Devils need it out in the worst way right here. There's a hard shot into deep left field. This one looks foul. And fortunately for the Lady Devils, it is. Or that would have scored at least 2, maybe 3. That ball was well hit off the bat of Dockery. She ripped it just foul. A lot of the baseball fans now sticking around watching baseball. But again, the way this is laid out, more fans are actually out in the parking lots and around the hillside and behind the school watching, as opposed to actually sitting behind home plates at the softball and baseball fields. So it's an interesting fan scenario here at Swain County High School. So there's a hard shot again. This one definitely foul up on the bank above the greenhouse. This one's going to roll back down near the fence out in left field. We need one more strike. 2 strikes, 2 out, bases loaded. And the leadoff batter, Julia Dockery, a freshman, had a big day against Franklin, going for four with a couple of RBIs, and now another hit batter, and that's going to bring in a run. Wow, that one stings. That's going to be run number 4 here on the 5th inning. Bases still loaded with 2 out, and the batter is going to be Ansley Hogsett. But talking about Dockery, she really had a big day against Franklin in that 5-0 win with a home run, 2 RBIs. She scored twice and went 4 for 4. And now the base is still loaded for Murphy with only 2 out. 14-5 lead. Wow. Lady Devils need an out because this 10-run mercy rule is on the verge. But remember, we are batting in the bottom of the 5th. So you got to play 5 innings before that 10-run mercy rule becomes effective. And by the way, back in pitching is Hannah Schuler. Hannah has come back into the pitching circle, and that you can do that in softball. She's back in pitching. Pitch inside for a ball. So again, our Lady Devils trying to get some pitching experience. Hannah, this is her first year pitching. Candace saw her first action ever just a moment ago. So, again, we don't have experience at that position or any other position in many ways. There's a line drive to the shortstop, and wow, that saved us probably a potential 5-inning ball game. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 14-5. Murphy will be right back. Fans, welcome back, 14-5, as again, Julia Dockery still pitching for the Murphy Bulldogs in the pitching circle, as our Lady Devils are trying to rally back here in the 5th inning, as leading off now is going to be Hannah Schuler. Hannah having a busy day today, grounded to the pitcher and popped up to first base, and again has been doing all she can in the pitching circle, as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning now. So it's going to be Hannah, Maddie, and Savannah coming up here. And our Lady Devils trying to answer. In the 3rd inning, we got 5 big ones. In the 4th inning, nothing on the scoreboard, but we're on the bottom of the 5th. Trying to stay alive and pulling this one out of the fire against one of our biggest rivals, if not the biggest rival, the Murphy Bulldogs. Pitch high for a ball. Again, Julia Dockery coming on in relief to pitch for Murphy. And we have seen a lot of pitches sailing high. But Julia with a big arm, obviously playing shortstop in her starting role, but now coming on to pitch in relief. Pitch in, and that's going to be ball 4. So now the Lady Devils getting on with a run here, getting things started offensively. Can we keep it rocking and rolling? That's going to be the key here. Hannah on first base. And coming up is going to be Maddie Spates. Maddie had a big double earlier, knocked in 2 big runs for the Lady Devils. Maddie, again, has had a pretty good bat here in the early season. Let's see if we can keep it rolling right here as pitch is going to be in and jumping off at first base, obviously ready to go in just a moment's notice is going to be Hannah Schuler. Very quick. Maddie at the plate. Would love to get a good wrap and knock Hannah in. Pitch low. This one's going to get through, and the wild pitch will send Hannah on down to second base. So again, every base is big, moving those runners around, getting in scoring position here. And now Murphy's going to call time and talk to their pitcher. Will there be just a conversation, or will there be a pitching change from head coach Billy Dockery as he goes out to talk to Julia? And that's, of course, his pitching catching combination are his 2 daughters. So just a cool situation. He's going to leave both positions in, and yeah, the dinner conversation later could be interesting when you've got 2 daughters playing and they're pitching and catching. 2 most important positions in softball or baseball. And they stay in. Julia with a windup on the throw. This one's going to be sailing high as well. Runner at second. Our Lady Devils again trying to stay alive in this 14-5 Murphy game. And again, earlier today, Maroon Devil boys got a 4-3 win over Murphy. Swing and a miss for a strike. So again, congratulations to Coach Schuler and the Maroon Devil baseball team with a 4-3 win. We were able to bring you a little bit of that with some engineering ingenuity from my colleagues here in the broadcast booth. There's ball 4, so the second walk here. And our Lady Devils now with runners on first and second. So could this be a big inning for our Lady Devils? Hey, we're going to find out here. Batting now is going to be Savannah Smith. Had a big RBI last time up. Savannah, of course, our catcher, catching for the first time this year. Here's the windup and the throw from Dockery. Off-speed pitch going to be fouled on the third base side. Savannah, a senior. And I believe she is one of 2 seniors on this team, Savannah and Julie. Savannah Smith, Julie Smith, 2 of the only 2 seniors on this team. There's a high foul ball going to be out of play over here on the baseball side of things over on first base. But again, thanks to Sherman Holt, our new head football coach here at Swain High. Good to see him today. And we wish him well. And I know his big job right now is putting together an assistant coaching staff to help him keep these Maroon Devils on track on the gridiron coming up next fall. Of course, he was talking about the importance of off-season conditioning, but I know he's going to be working and talking to assistant coaches. There's a floater to shortstop. Going to be caught for an out. That's going to be out number 1. So off the bat of Savannah Smith, that's going to be 1 down. And it's going to bring up Faith Woodard, getting her first start in left field today. Got a base on balls last time up. Faith, one of the freshmen on this team. Pitch in, talking about freshmen, we have a bunch of them. 7 freshmen, 7 juniors, a couple of seniors on this team. So yeah, we're loaded. We're loaded with those folks. Lots of freshmen. There's a swing and a miss. Team dominated by juniors and freshmen. And talking about Murphy, they don't have hardly any seniors either, only 1. So both these teams with a bright future coming up. Dockery with the windup and the throw, in for a ball. Lady Devils runners on first and second, 1 down. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning if you're just tuning in on this Maroon Devil Network's broadcast on YouTube. Did I say that right, Joe? It is on YouTube, just to be sure I don't misspeak. There's a pop-up. Pitcher has it. Easy play. 2 down now. Lady Devils still with runners on first and second. So see if we can knock these girls in. Again, congrats to our Maroon Devil baseball team. 4-3 win today over Murphy in baseball right next door. Some of the guys winding up the afternoon. 4-3 win, baseball. And our guys are going to be traveling over to Murphy on Friday. Off-speed pitch going to be no good for a ball. Of course, our girls will be too. Our girls and boys will be playing at Murphy Friday if the weather holds as predicted. Toby Burrell still coaching hard over in the box at third base. There's a foul ball. 2 down, but 2 runners on. Can we knock them in? 14-5. Got a couple of strikes. Can we get the bat on the ball? Again, there's been a lot of offense today, obviously, when you have 19 runs on the board. A lot of action in this game. The windup and the throw from Dockery, swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 for out 3. So we leave 2, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Murphy in the lead, 14-5. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back here as we go to the 6th inning. This game's scheduled for 7. There's a rocket into left field, and this one is going to be fair just inside the left field line again. And now with a stand-up double to lead off the top of the 6th inning, Murphy's Riley Dockery. Wow. That was a shot into left field. We've seen a couple of those today. It's been a tough day out there for our left fielder, Faith Woodard, out there getting her first start ever in left field, because that was just a well-hit ball that came right inside the left field line. And now Riley Dockery, again, one of the Dockery sisters, has set up Murphy with a big double. And coming on to run for her is going to be Maddie Adams, a pinch runner now, and she's down at second base with no out. There's a bunt right back to the pitcher, on over to first base, not in time. At first, and now runners at third with an infield bunt hit is going to be Jersey Swain, and Jersey was the starting pitcher this afternoon. And she's had 2 base hits in a row. Now coming on is going to be Sinai Wilson. So again, Murphy already making noise with no out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, runners on the corner. Schwam is going to take off on the pitch, and there she goes. There's a foul ball. She'll have to come back. So that's the only downside of being a base runner when you want to go, and the batter hits a foul. You take off, and darn it, got to come back and start over. So now batting for Murphy is going to be, as we look at the base runners down at first and third. And again, Hannah back in the pitching circle for the Lady Devils. At the plate is Sinai Wilson, who had a base on balls last time up, had a hard shot into center field earlier. Sinai settling in, now runners in scoring position at second and third. There's a hard shot over third base. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score 2. And holding at first base is going to be Sinai Wilson with a big single and 2 RBIs. So Murphy getting on the board here in the 6th inning, already with a couple of runs on the scoreboard. Murphy has scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 6 runs in the fourth, 4 runs in the fifth, and now 2 in the 6th. They didn't score in the first inning, but boy, they have had busy bats ever since. Ground ball over to shortstop, and we can't make the play. So we cannot make the play. So now the runners are at first and second on that ground ball by Reagan Peterson. And that's going to bring up Taryn Morrow. Taryn Morrow last time up had a couple of RBIs on a Maroon Devil error. The Lady Devils now trying to hang in here and back up Hannah Schuler in the pitching circle. Our defense trying to hang in here. There's a foul ball, and hey, it's caught over there by head coach Billy Dockery over in the coaching box at third. Pretty good catch over there on the little floating line drive. Billy Dockery and Eric Laney, the Murphy coaches for our Lady Devils, of course. Toby Burrell, longtime head coach, assisted this year by Ashley Hyatt and Taylor Day. Got some new folks helping them out. There's a ball that gets by, and the runners will advance to second and third now. And the sun is starting to set. Of course, we got a little extra hour of daylight this week on daylight savings time. And as Joe Holt and Kent Maxey and myself, along with Josh Gordon, we pitch inside for a ball. We know very well when that sun gets to a certain level, it gets right in your face. Not only for us broadcasters and cameramen, but also for the right fielder, the center fielder, second base, and first base defenders on the field. They're looking up into that sun. If a ball's hit in the air, there's a well-hit ball into right center, and it's almost caught. Oh, what a diving grab, and almost coming up with it, but 2 runs are going to score. An outstanding effort by center fielder Kirsten Smith out there. What a dive, and she had it just for a split second off her glove and just couldn't hang on. What an outstanding effort out there again by Kirsten. That was a phenomenal play. Just got away from her glove out there in right center. Will hit ball, though. Give credit to Taryn Morrow off her bat with 2 RBIs. Swing and miss now. Batting for Murphy as the ball gets through and the runner advances on down to third base. Ruby Boehm at the plate. So Murphy continues to really hit the ball well. Boehm in her trips to the plate today, her first time up, had a double and 2 RBIs. And her last time up had a double and 1 RBI, so she's already knocked in 3 runs. There's a ground ball to the pitcher on at home plate, and it's going to be safe. It was not a force play. The tag had to be made, and the umpire says safe, so the run will score, and the batter will be safe at first base. Talking about Ruby Boehm, and Charlie McDaniel is batting now. Murphy already with 5 runs on the board here in this 6th inning. I believe that's about right. It's now 19-5. That's what I was thinking because Murphy has 5 runs. It was a 14-5 ball game coming into this inning, and they've got 5 on the board. There's a check swing, but it's going to be a ball. There, they got the run on the board. It's now 19-5. Murphy with a 14-run lead now, and still 1 runner at first base and nobody out here in the 6th inning. The windup and the throw. Swing and a miss for a strike. Don't forget, fans, our teams are going to be on the road this Friday at Murphy. Softball and baseball. Our next homestand will be 1 week from today. Next Tuesday, we're going to be hosting Hiawassee Dam here at Swain County High School in baseball and softball. There's a hard hit ground ball to third, on over to first base in time, got 1 out. Good play over there at third base. And a good throw over there by Candace Crisp. Good job defensively. So 1 down. And now Murphy goes back to the top of the lineup, and it's going to be Julia Dockery. Julia on the day, still looking for her first hit as the leadoff batter. Has struck out, walked, and grounded to the shortstop in 3 times. 1 down, 19-5 Murphy here on the top of the 6th inning. Runner at second base now for the Bulldogs. And in the background, we hear the looks like Julia Dockery started down to first base, but is going to be coming back. We hear the lawn mowing work of the head coaches dragging the infield, and that never stops. The lawn mowing machine pulling the drag, if you will. Pitch high for a ball. And several fans hanging out watching softball here this afternoon at Swain County High School. Some behind the plate, most out in the outfield, either in left field or in straightaway center over there behind the building. Hannah with the windup and the throw. Well hit ball. This one is going to be foul again down the left field side. Off the bat of one of the Dockery sisters. So again, our next home game next Tuesday. That's going to be a while before our teams will be at home. Following next Tuesday's home games with Hiawassee Dam, we go to Hiawassee Dam on March 25th. We go to Robbinsville on March 29th. And then we go to the Blue Ridge Guardians on Thursday, March 31st. So after next Tuesday, our next home game will not be until April 4th. So just mark those games on your calendar. Then we have several home games in April coming up here for baseball and softball. There's a hard shot right through the shortstop. into left center field, and it's going to be going almost to the fence. Murphy with a run scored and a runner at second base here in the 6th inning. So a 6-run 6th inning for Murphy now with a 20-5 lead over our Lady Devils. And that ball was screaming off the bat of Julia Dockery. Batting now, we're going to have I believe, a substitute batter. Yes, indeed. Batting for the first time today is going to be Maddie Adams. She hits a pop-up down to second base. That's going to be out number 2. So Maddie coming on. She is the only substitute player here for Murphy. They're not blessed with a lot of depth over there. Only 11 players on the roster. And they're playing 10 with a designated player today. Batting now is going to be Riley Dockery, who has had a big day at the plate. A single, a double, hit by a pitch. So, yeah, she has 2 doubles on the day. So Riley Dockery has really been a big stick at the plate for Murphy. There's another well-hit ball. This one is going into left center and off the glove of our center fielder. It's going to be picked up by Faith, brought back in to the infield. But again, Murphy with another run on the scoreboard. And boy, that was a tough one out there in center field for Kirsten Smith. Thought she had it, and it just wouldn't stay in the glove. So Murphy with a runner at second, run in. And now at the plate is going to be Jersey Schwam, again, who started in the pitching circle today for Murphy, but then was replaced later. And Julia Dockery has done a good job. Pitch inside for a ball. And again, that sun is making its presence known. And again, both teams have to deal with it defensively, especially in right field, second base, first base, somewhat in center, but mostly on the right field side of the diamond. There's a hard shot over to shortstop, over to first base, not in time. Maddie did a good job, I think, knocking it down, but couldn't get the ball over to first in time, and it's going to be, again, Murphy with runners on the corners. Jersey Schwam down at first, on deck, ready to go. It's going to be Sinai Wilson hitting now. Again, runners on the corners. Sinai Wilson had a big single last time at bat with 2 RBIs. And again, this is the kind of game that will, if you're keeping stats, will just drive you crazy. So when you've got a lot of runs and a lot of hits and some errors as well, the statistician has a fun day. Pitch in, going to be a ball. And I'm surprised the runner at first hasn't taken off for second. But I have a feeling that's probably going to happen now with second base open and a runner at third. So you don't expect any throw. And no, Schwam stays at first base. Pitch in for a ball. 21-5. So our Lady Devils in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Really with a big mountain to climb. Pitch in. That one's going to be in for a strike. So, hey, if you have Friday afternoon open, head on over to Murphy. Our girls and boys both on the road playing at Murphy in a rematch of these same teams. At Murphy on Friday. Over on the river, so to speak, if you've ever been over there to those fields. Oh, there's a shot into left field, and this one is going to be over the fence, but I'm afraid it's foul. Wow, Murphy has hit some shots today. Give them credit. They have really hit the ball hard so many times. That's the second one of those that we've seen just foul over the fence. Count goes full, 3-2 with 2 out. Here on the top of the 6th inning, 21-5 Murphy. So now let's see if we can get that third strike in there and get out of this top of the 6th inning. It's been a tough one. There's a shot that's going to be dropping in to center field. A run will score. Throw coming into third. So Murphy now with 8 runs here in the 6th inning. Still runners at first and second with 2 out. And now coming up to the plate is going to be Reagan Peterson, the sophomore first baseman. Reagan last time up got on with an error. And there's a ground ball foul, and looks like Robbie Brown over there in the Lady Devil dugout making a good play. And Robbie Brown, hey, he's one of those guys that made a lot of plays back in the day. Outstanding athlete here at Swain County High School. The windup and the throw. There's a pop foul behind the plate. Of course, Robbie, a teammate of one Heath Schuler back in the day when our Maroon Devils won 3 consecutive state championships back to back to back. Robbie played a big part of that as a running back and linebacker. Wind up and the throw is going to be for a ball. But so many good athletes from the Brown family. I know Robbie, Buzzy, Tony. You can go right down the list. That was a very athletic family. Pitch outside for a ball. Runners at first and second. Our Lady Devils trying to get Murphy out here in the top of the 6th. It's been a struggle. Earlier today, the Maroon Devil boys with a big win over Murphy, 4-3. Great game right next door. There's a high pop-up, could be caught. First base, we got him. Now we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our Lady Devils, again, a big mountain to climb to get out of this one. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Maddie Spates will lead it off here for the Lady Devils here. Again, down 22-5 as our Lady Devils are going to have a big inning as we've got to score, I believe, about 8 runs to stay alive in this one with the 10-run mercy rule in effect at high school softball and baseball. And again, that's a tough hill to climb. I'm sorry, this is Haley Woodard batting now for the Lady Devils and not Maddie, number 21 and not number 2. Here to lead us off in the bottom of the 6th inning. So again, let's see what our Lady Devils can get done here. Last time up, I believe Haley hit a deep fly to right field. And there's the first base runner. Haley is on with a walk. That's her second walk today. Haley's been on twice. Good eye at the plate for the Lady Devils. Now again, let's see if we can really get our bats tuned up. Tori Johnson batting now, who also got on with a walk her last time. Tori Johnson batting. Again, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. On deck is going to be, looks like we might have a new batter. Addison Jenkins is going to be on deck for the Lady Devils, as it looks like she's in the on-deck circle, as she'll be batting behind Torrey here with nobody out, one on. Lady Devils again with a lot of work to do. Pitch in for a ball. Throw down to first base, and wow, almost made us sweat a little bit anyway. But getting back over there, good hustle, is Haley getting back over to first base. That's the first throw down we've seen all day from either team. Oh, Dockery high, really throw, gets by, wild pitch, and now heading on down to second base safely is going to be Haley Woodard. So Haley at second. Tori Johnson, the batter, our junior right fielder. Over in the background, we can see the yellow bells that have Bloom pitch in for a strike, and of course they got kind of frostbitten last weekend. They kind of dulled at their bright yellow color. There's going to be ball four, so we got runners on first and second now. So 2 consecutive walks. Down at first base is going to be Tori Johnson. And as we mentioned, a new entrance into the lineup, Addison Jenkins, one of our freshmen. Addison played some of the first 2 Rosman games, going 1 for 3 in 3 plate appearances in those 2 contests. So nobody out. Runners on first and second here. Pitch low. Again, Julia Dockery pitching for Murphy. She came on in relief. The starter, Jersey Schwalm. But Dockery has pitched a really good softball, basically shutout softball. Since she has come on. There's a swing and a miss because we have not scored since that 5-run 3rd inning. So, and I'm guessing Toby Burrell might be talking to us on the postgame. Nope, not the case. And now the runners advance. Ball gets by. So runners at second and third. 22-5, and the Lady Devils again would need 8 runs, as we mentioned, to keep this game alive and force a 7th inning. Pitch in for a strike. 2 strikes now on Addison Jenkins, one of our 7 freshmen on this team. Full count, and again, our Lady Devils trying to hit our way back into this one. Yeah, it looks like a foul tip there by Addison. And Kirsten Smith going to be on deck. Kirsten, our leadoff batter, had a big double earlier today. Should be the payoff pitch on the way with runners at second and third and no out. And there's an off-speed pitch for, wow. That is ball. Oh, I thought the umpire called it a strike. He held out his right hand, but that ball was way outside for a ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. I believe that is 3 straight walks. And Coach Billy Dockery has got to be thinking, hey, is there going to be a pitching change? There's a ground ball off the bat of Kirsten. Going to be foul. Again, Kirsten, a big stick, had a double last time. Hannah Schuler on deck, and then Maddie Spates coming up following her. They have all hit the ball well today and in different ways. Again, bases loaded, no out. There is a shot into right field, right center that's going to drop in right over second base. 2 runs will score. Throw coming into home plate, and, oh, I take that back. Only 1 run is going to score. The second run was tagged out at home plate, so I believe only 1 run is in. The second run was coming around third, but great play out there in short right field to get the ball back in a hurry, and a great throw into home plate. Just cut us 1 run short. So now the Lady Devils trying to get it done here at the plate. It's going to be Hannah Schuler, our pitcher this afternoon. High pop foul, no play with 1 out. Runners at first and second. Maddie Spates is going to be on deck now with one down here on the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, if you missed it earlier, our Maroon Devil boys baseball team had a 4-3 win over Murphy, coming back in that 6th inning to score the go-ahead run, and then holding Murphy scoreless in the top of the 7th to close out the win. Here's the windup from Dockery. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first, not in time. That's our second pickoff attempt on the afternoon. Talking about baseball and softball, though, I know a lot of Major League Baseball fans are happy that all those, the collective bargaining agreement got settled, and now the Major Leaguers are going to be opening play in early April. There's a shot right back to the pitcher, knocked it down, but there's going to be no play, and safe at first base. Good hustle down there by Hannah Schuler. They tried to get her out, but now the bases are going to be loaded with one out. So the Lady Devils here have said, hey, we're not finished yet. And now coming on to hit is going to be Maddie Spates. Maddie on the afternoon has grounded to first, hit a big double, had also a couple of big RBIs. She's knocked in 2 of our 6 runs on the day. Maddie walked last time up, I believe, for the Lady Devils, and now the bases loaded and a big opportunity here. There's a hard shot into deep left center field, and this one is over the head of the center fielder. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Throw coming into third. It's going to be, is it going to be safe? I believe so. Everybody's safe. 2 runs have scored. And a huge 2 RBI double off the bat of Maddie Spates. How about that? Her second 2-run shot double today. Wow, so now it's a 22-8 lead. 22-8 with 1 out. Yeah, the scoreboard still shows 21, but we're thinking it's probably 22. And the Murphy coach is talking to the umpire. And he's now going to go out and talk to the other base umpire, and maybe about the call at third base. But again, I'm not sure if anybody has really double-checked the score. So now they're going to, just to confirm, the umpires have called the runner safe at third base. So they talked it over. The coach talked to them, and they talked among themselves, and they're going to keep the runner safe at third for the Lady Devils. Now, I wonder if they're wondering the score is 21-8 as opposed to 22-8. Now with 1 out, because if a few more runs score, that's going to be a big factor. Pitch in for a ball. As our Lady Devils have runners at second and third. And now at the plate is going to be Savannah Smith. Savannah had an RBI earlier on the day with a ground ball at second base. Again, 1 out. There's a foul ball, no play on the first base side. And now if my math is correct, if it is 22-8, our Lady Devils still need 5 runs to keep this game alive with the 10-run mercy rule. If it's 21-8, we only need 4. But I have a pretty strong suspicion that scoreboard should be 22-8. We'll see if it comes down to that. Right now, that's not the big question. As Coach Toby Burrell, I'm sure, is thinking, hey, we just need to get each batter on base 1 hit at a time. Full count now with 1 out. Runners at second and third in scoring position. A base hit would bring in 2. Pitch high for a ball. And that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. Pick out throw to third, no good. So, wow. Things are starting to get a little dicey here with the bases loaded and 1 out. And now at the plate is going to be Faith Woodard. Faith at the plate again. A ball in play can score some runs. Swing and a miss for a strike with 1 out. A home run on the scoreboard anyway would make it 21-12. There's a high pop-up that's probably not going to be play. It's going to drop in. It's in play. 1 run will score. Throw is coming into home plate. Not in time, obviously. The bases will stay loaded, and the Lady Devils will stay alive. Another run is in. 4-run inning. So now down at first base again. Lady Devils' Faith Woodard dropping in a base hit and an RBI to go with it. Batting now is going to be Candace Crisp, our junior third baseman. There's a shot down to third. They got the out at third on the force out, but the run scores. So that should make it a probably 21-10 or 22-10, depending on who you believe here. 2 outs now. Lady Devils runners at first and second after that forced play at third base. Foul ball off the bat of Haley Woodard. Haley on the day. Got on with a walk twice. Hit a fly ball into right field. Again, 2 outs now. This has been an offensive contest. You can tell by all the runs on the board. Pitch high for a ball. And we hope to be back with you next Tuesday for some Lady Devil softball and potentially baseball mixed in. So we'll do the best we can to bring you all the action that's going on here this afternoon at Swain County High School and down the road as well. Wind up and the throw. Foul ball again with 2 out off the bat of Haley Woodard. Haley, our starting first baseman, one of the 7 juniors on this team, a team dominated by freshmen and juniors, 7 each. Bottom of the 6th inning, wind up and the throw. There's a shot into right field. That's going to score another run. That's a clean base hit. Throw coming into home plate, not even close. So now runners at first and second. How about that? Another hit. And again, our Lady Devils never say die. Haley Woodard with a single and an RBI. So now runners at first and second. And the scoreboard says 21-11. And now hitting is going to be Tori Johnson. And again, whether the scoreboard is correct may come into play because now it's a 10-run ball game. A hit would make it a 9-run ball game, according to the scoreboard. And but according to my unofficial stats, it's a 22-11 ball game. My stats are not the ones that count, though. There's a ground ball foul on the first base side, no play. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here on the next batter or two. Pitch going to be in for a ball. And again, our Lady Devils right now just trying to get enough runs to force a 7th inning. And right now it's a 10-run game with 2 out and 2 runners on. There's a foul ball, no play. Two strikes, 2 outs. But again, I'll say this for this Lady Devil softball team, they did not give up. They have come back with 5 runs, and that, oh, wow, that's a tough one. He called that a 3rd strike, and that's the ball game, fans. That is a tough call. especially at this stage of the game, and that's the way it's going to end as our Lady Devils lose a tough one to Murphy here. According to the scoreboard, 21-11. We think 22, but that's not a fact at all right now. But join us next time. We'll be back next Tuesday. Join us then here on the Maroon Devils Network.